welcome to MoneyLove. I'm here with Lia and we're gonna talk about... Sorry, I forgot. What were we gonna talk about? This is me. This is how we talk, really. I chalk it up to menopause.
That's also why this room is freezing right now.
I know, right? It's so cold here, but
It's the only way we function. So our topic for today is on having enough. I have enough. Because like for self-love, we always say, that's how we begin self-love. I am enough, right? And for money, does that work?
Yes. In general, people have this belief that I have enough. When you say I have enough, I have enough. When I tell you, kunyari, I have enough, what does it mean for you?
It just means I only have what it takes to, like for instance,
I have
enough to live. I have enough to meet my expenses, but nothing more.
Yes.
Is the translation
Diba?
to me. So it's kind of different
Exactly.
with
We'll
love.
pause that and remind me later in case I forget. But
I
I
will.
want to ask another question. If you have excess, if you have, kunyari, sobrang daming
my
excess.
smile.
No, but try to feel what it feels like to have so much excess. A lot of people I noticed may...
Feels expansive.
I was gonna say, may ka ba?
Well, I have been working on myself.
Oh, yes,
I
you
know.
have. But diba, like,
Yes.
based on your previous knowledge, oh my
Yes.
God, I have so much nakakahiya. Now kasi, we've been talking about this a lot, but let's talk about those people from before we started.
Well, like where I was.
Yes,
right?
where we
don't even have
started.
to look so far.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
before you started coaching me,
Diba,
I
parang-
never had enough.
So what is enough? Enough is, if I ask you what's enough, there's enough for you to live comfortably, for
Yes.
example.
But when I used to say I don't have enough, it was just enough for me to,
To
live.
live.
But I didn't have enough to, let's say, travel or
Yes.
buy nice things or
So-
enjoy a good meal.
Diba? So what if, when you say, okay, creator or universe, send me enough, what if enough means there's buffer?
Okay.
Or gawin mo na lang annualized. Can we ask for annualized? Kunyari,
ask
di ba,
annual.
I can live with 20,000 a month for 12 months, plus I want an extra, 200,000 for my
Yeah.
travel. Number one, what if you quantify muna what is enough? So enough is basic needs plus travel plus extra for shopping.
Okay.
So that is enough. So when you ask the universe, I want enough, that is
Enough-
the definition
That is
of
the
enough.
definition of enough. It's enough for you to enjoy
Life.
as well as to
Save.
give the basics.
Yes, and plus
save.
basics, yes.
Okay, I wish we get that word, save. Save first, deal with the expenses, and then have a little extra for your enjoyment. That's the
Yes.
formula. And that
Yes.
would encompass the enough.
Yes, the
Okay.
real enough. Na
Okay.
parang the excess part of it is part of the enough.
Yeah.
Kasi, I guess it's a humankind thing na parang if we ask for more, I'm taking away from you. Parang in our heads, to quantify it, there's only 100%. If you get 50%, then
Yes.
that leaves the three of us with less than 20%
Or even
each.
just the possibility, right?
Diba?
It's
Oo,
like,
parang-
if I want this much, is that even possible?
Imagine mo if, for example, what if there's no limit? Kasi diba, money, as we keep saying,
Yes,
is just
it's
energy.
limitless.
So, it's just energy that we convert.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's energy to convert to this, energy to convert to that, diba? So, what if it's just basic energy and there's no limit? Like, if you want to have 100,000 bucks, it's not gonna make me have less. You're not taking away anything from me because it's different diba? Parang ganon. So, therefore, if you're not taking away from me, are you still selfish? No. You're just wanting to live the life that you wish. As long as you earn your money in a decent way, I mean, you're not harming anybody and you're not harming yourself. You're not stealing from other people. Why can't you have enough inclusive of all the expenses plus savings?
How would you suggest I phrase it? Instead of saying I have enough, what would be the more appropriate
Actually,
phrase it?
it's okay if you say I have enough. Define enough na may plus 20% or
Yes, I
plus
get you.
100%.
I get you.
So
Yes.
that when we say, "Oh, I have enough," that means it's actually I have excess, but it's the excess is included in the enough.
I get that.
Yeah?
I get that.
I hope that's clear.
It's
Guys,
clear.
if it's not clear, just ask the
I'm
questions.
going to summarize it for those watching, maybe tonight or at some point during this week. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Okay.
Make computation of what it's like to live, your expenses.
Basic minimum.
Your basic minimum. What do you need to live?
That basic already has savings, ha?
No, I was going to add the savings before. So, take a total of your expenses. Okay?
Okay.
And then from there, add maybe 10%
Or
and put
whatever,
that in
yeah.
the savings column.
As an expense.
As an expense.
As an expense.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so add 10% as an expense. And then add how many trips do you want a year?
Or whatever
what
expenses, like kunyari, being able to have 100,000 excess lang.
Excess.
For whatever, if I want to travel, kasi you don't have to be
Okay.
very specific na,
You don't
oh,
have to
okay,
be
it's a
specific.
travel expense, it's a
Okay,
shopping
I get
expense.
It. I
Just
get it.
a general,
It's just like sort of like a budget for
Yes.
enjoyment of funds.
Correct.
Right? And so have that in a separate column. And that would equate to your enough.
and see if you're happy with it already. Kasi
Okay.
what if 10% savings, you're not okay with
Then
it?
add to
Then
that.
add to that until you're like,
Okay.
you know,
Don't
this is a
restrict
good
yourself in
amount.
other-
Parang dream big.
Dream big.
Dream big, but not, okay. I saw you. I was just gonna say, dream big, but dream realistic.
Okay.
At least to start. Kasi, you know why? If you dream big and say, kunyari you don't have a salary now, and you're dreaming like, oh, I have a 1 million income every month, your psyche will not actually
Accept that.
it because
Yes.
for them, it's
Because you're going to
impossibility.
say, is this possible?
Oo, maraming questions eh. Because this is a basic thing, right? I mean, basic, parang learning or
Lesson,
whatever.
yeah.
Let's just start with the bare basic na okay sa'yo. Hindi pa to yung talagang
This
dream
is just
amount
for you
mo.
now.
This is just now.
Because
just
we're
to
just
start.
building on our
Yes.
skills here.
So just to start, yes, that's a good ano. And then when kunyari sabi mo, okay, you know, 50,000 is feasible to me and I'm happy with the 50,000. Not na I have extra 10,000 a month
Yeah.
na I can buy my coffee
Yes.
without thinking na parang, how am I gonna pay for rent?
Yes.
So if I'm happy with 50,000 now, then that is my enough. Don't send it to the universe until you are, if you have questions about, kaya ko ba to? Do I deserve it? 50,000? Parang, okay ba to? Allow yourself to question. And then talk to yourself and say, okay, what would be your enough? Why don't you want the 50,000? What's happening in your head? Oh, you know, feeling ko, if 50,000, I'm feeling selfish eh. Okay, if I'm feeling selfish, what is my definition of selfish?
Yes.
This is how you counsel yourself, folks. You talk to yourself, allow yourself without judgment. Kunyari, I want 50,000, but why do I not want 50,000? What is inside of me that's stopping? Now, maybe if I have 50,000, all those, you know, relatives, the absentee friends would come into my space. Or if I have
Uutang sa'yo.
uutang sa'yo, or bigla na lang will pretend to be your friend, you know, get to know yourself.
Get to know yourself. That's your process of self-awareness,
Yeah.
wherein you address what needs to be, because that's going to come out. And
Yes.
it's going to hurt a little bit. And you know that when it hurts a little bit, it's not meant to hurt you.
Yes.
It's just meant to be addressed.
And
Correct?
be in a safe space wherein you know that when you ask these questions, that you're not judging yourself.
Oh, that's so important.
Kasi sometimes, oh, because I'm selfish eh.
That's so
If I have
important.
50,000, I feel selfish. The judgmental, imagine mo inside out in your head. There's this judgment in your head that's like, ang swapang-swapang mo naman. Why would you
Yes.
want 50,000? Kawawa naman yung ibang tao. That's the judgment. But when that happens, you say, pause lang muna. I understand where you're coming from. Let's pause. But why do I feel I'm selfish if I have excess?
I love that.
Be gentle and be okay with the answer.
Yes. And that in itself is already your self-healing process.
Yes.
Thank you for that, because I think this is super valuable. And folks, when you do it for yourself, let us know, because your insights are important to us. So share those with us so Doc Edna can
Yeah, and
address
I
them.
can address them, yeah.
And we can cater specifically to your needs. So folks, this is Money Love. Thank you, Edna.
Thanks, Lee.